Hi, Hexas TV. I'm John Malley. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing for BFG Technologies. I'm extremely excited to be here at CES this week, introducing our new high-performance gaming / home theater PC called Phobos. And we're really excited about Phobos. First and foremost, we looked at the marketplace and saw that a lot of the current high-end gaming PCs were really geared towards the kind of younger consumers. You have alien heads and all sorts of blingy lights and flashy or garish sorts of designs, and we really wanted to take a refined aesthetic approach to our gaming PC. And so what we decided to do was to create a smooth, sleek, black, glossy chassis so that you'd be proud to put it in any room of your home. We did some unique things with Phobos that I'm going to kind of walk you through here now in terms of the chassis. You'll see on the back of the case that there's no cables coming out of the back. What we've done is actually take the internal chassis and turned it 90 degrees. So all the cables run out the bottom and come out the back. And as a result of that, we've done some basically redesigning of the chassis from the ground up. We have, right now, this system's running two GTX 295s in quad SLI. And there's an air channel over those. And we have a Coolit Domino self-contained cooling unit that's cooling the CPU, which is a Intel Core i7 965. There will be an option for consumers to also use a Coolit self-contained water cooling for the GPU as well. So you could have your CPU and GPU. Another interesting thing we're doing is at the very high end of Phobos, we're offering a dedicated 285 to act as your dedicated physics processor. So this thing will really be tricked out at the high end. You can see up here we've got a integrated iPod / iPhone dock that eliminates any cords, and it will allow you to just quickly and conveniently sync your iPhone or iPod to your computer. And again, I should point out this is a prototype, so some of the fit and finish needs to be tightened up a little bit, but for a prototype I think it actually came out quite good. If you look at the top here, we have what will pop up. We have a dedicated power and reset button. We have a multi-card reader, SATA, headphone and earphone jack, and microphone, and a 1394 connector, and also two USBs. There's also two USB connections in the back. And again, with the rotation of the inner chassis, one of the things we had to do was decide how the air was going to flow through this system. What we've done is actually we're drawing air from the top underneath this top panel, our three 120 fans that are actually sucking air in from the back and also through this ventilated top panel and driving it down through the system and out the bottom of this raised ventilated base. Some people say, well, it doesn't heat rise, shouldn't you be actually drawing air from the bottom? And we, through relatively extensive testing, obviously if there's airflow, you're good to go. And not only that, but we didn't want to suck air from the bottom and have it act like a vacuum and pulling dust up from your floor. So we wanted to drive air down from the top and out the bottom. If we look at the front of the chassis, we have two slot loading DVD RW and or Blu-ray drives. So again, one of the great things about Phobos is it can also function as an HTPC or your home theater system. We would sell it with an optional remote, and it comes standard with Windows Ultimate Vista, so you have a full media center functionality in there. You could also purchase a TV tuner to have this act as your DVR and as your TiVo replacement if you so desired. On the front of Phobos, we're really excited about this innovative touch panel LCD. We've custom developed this software from the ground up, and it is interesting in that not only is it a full-color panel PC, it has its own power source, so you can actually turn Phobos on and off from the the touch screen, while the system is either on or off itself. So this system could be completely off, and the front panel LCD would be off. You come up and touch it, it asks you if you want to turn Phobos on. Again, this software is an almost finished version, so it's not quite there, but I can walk you through some of the main features that we have on the current version of the panel. It defaults to this home screen, which is a nice big clock that you could read across the room. We have, I showed you the on and off. If we go, we have a media player that will read iTunes and or Windows Media player information, including song title, or if it's a movie, the movie title and or chapter. You'll be able to do your basic functions from here if you so desire, or if you have the optional remote, you can obviously do it remotely as well with an RF remote. We're really excited about this performance control. Performance control is, again, an area, if we look at our target demographic, one of the things we really wanted to do with Phobos was take all the hassle out of tweaking and modifying a system and getting the most performance out of it. When we look at the type of graduated gamer that we're looking at appealing Phobos to, this is the non-do-it-yourselfer. I know a lot of the Hexus viewers are probably do-it-yourselfers, but there's also, we think, a very significant niche out there of people who want all of the performance of a high-end gaming system, but they don't want the hassle of doing it themselves. And part of that is with this performance control, we have interactivity with the performance settings. And so we have an auto function that will basically act as normal graphics cards and fans, where it will just kick into higher fan RPMs if you're playing a 3D application, or it will stay down into a quieter setting if you're just doing desktop type things. We have a quiet setting where you can force the RPMs of the fan to stay beyond a certain level, so they won't, if you're watching a movie, for example, it'll stay as quiet as it possibly can. And then really excitedly, what we have here is a maximum setting where you can actually one button press will overclock the graphics cards and speed up the fans to a considerable amount. So if you just want to make sure your system's running as cool as it possibly can, one touch button will take care of that for you. The other thing we're really excited about is the system status overview, which is a nice quick overview of some of the core data that comes from your system. On the on the left here, we have graphics cards. We have a primary, secondary, and tertiary graphics card with real-time core, shader, and memory clocks. So if you were on the last screen and you kicked from quiet into maximum, you would see this data change as the system will come with a standard clocked graphics cards, but when you turn it into maximum, it'll crank it up to the overclock specifications. One of the great things about the position that BFG's in terms of Phobos is we have the distinct ability to be able to be working with hundreds of thousands of graphics cards throughout the year, and we'll be able to cull the fastest and the absolute most stable graphics card to put into Phobos. So where you have competitors like who buy graphics cards from us, we are the source of those graphics cards, and so we'll be able to actually cherry pick and put into Phobos the very best graphics we can possibly get our hands on. Back to the system status overview screen. Up on the right-hand side, you have overview of your CPU. It tells you it's an Intel Core i7-965 Extreme Edition. It tells you the clock megahertz and the thread usage in real time. If you drill down into that, you can see that it's actually pulling real thread data. Nothing's really running on the system right now, but if it was, you would see up to the 8 threads in various states of usage. On the left-hand side, it tells you, again, what the processor is and that the clock speed and your cache speeds and all that, should you so desire. If we go back, we have a network button that will actually pull real-time data for up to 4 network connections, wired, wireless. And conveniently, it'll tell you your MAC address, your IP address, and the current status of whether it's connected or not connected. And we have a storage function. This will actually be in the finished software. This will be a pie chart, but right now it's a bar graph. The storage overview is you can actually drill down. It'll show you in real time all your hard drives. There's only one hard drive in here now. Again, this will be a pie chart and give you a great overview snapshot of all your hard drives and how much space you have left. And then the memory, same thing. We're going to have a real-time physical and virtual memory. Back in the performance setting, real quick, one of the things I wanted to show was in the hard drive status. If we drill down into a specific one, we have a real-time smart status that'll show you the health of your drive and also whether that disk needs to be fragmented or not. If it does need to be fragmented, we'll have a button down there that will actually initiate the disk defragmentation at that time. So that's the touch panel. So that's a good brief overview of Phobos. We're going to basically start with 3 different configurations. Starting January 19th, we're going to start taking orders on our configurators at bfgsystems.com. And it'll come in 3 configuration starting points of $3,000, $5,000, and $8,000 US. And if you have any questions, you can visit bfgsystems.com. We have FAQs, we have pictures and descriptions of all the features and benefits that we have with Phobos. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in.